What the fuck is this, bro? What is this real? What the fuck is this shit, bro? Is this shit for real? Here we are with Aesop Rock. I fucking love Aesop Rock. Aesop's probably one of the most intellectual rappers out there. Like the way he constructs his verses, the way he constructs his similes, metaphors, all that. It's really unique literary mind, to say the least. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it.
Users should skip to whatever section most directly applies to their impending scenario, as no two spirit world experiences are the same. Accordingly, certain passages may detail specific circumstances that you will not encounter. It is still recommended you cover these sections as to increase it in ways this guide can neither prepare you for nor help you from. Spirit world travel.
This is very postmodern shit. I like that he's reaffirming the idea that, okay, so even though I'm making a guide, there's gonna be certain stuff that's not applicable to you. It's very postmodern ideology. Like there's no objective truth. I like the concept. It's very conceptual already. Like from the get go, you get what he's trying to do. You know, he just explains it to you. You're just on board. Everybody just knows, okay, this is what's happening now. Button masher. I'm guessing there's a video game type of thing. I like that. I use a phony voice when I'm yelling, nobody's home. That reminds me of a lyric on Malibu Ken where he's like, this ain't no fucking petting zoo. Say hi from over there. Aesop's always got these badass introverted bars. Like being an introvert and being an Aesop fan, it goes like it just goes really good.
Tangentially related in the sense of one's environment informing what they're made of. There was a ghost who broke it all up into tiny numbers and dated vector graphics.
Whoa, the beat switch right here is so unexpected. This is not what Aesop does. I fuck with it hard. It went over very smooth, and it reminds me of a lot of like, I don't know why, but it reminds me of a lot of like the Good Kid, Mad City era, like that vibe. As soon as it came in, it just made me feel super nostalgic. Like, whoa, we taking it back. I like that part of like, why would you expect me to? Like, when can we expect you? Why would you expect me? This shit is fucking hilarious. Also, he's saying like, we're playing to the fringe. We mostly play to the fringe. You know, again, like with the introverted, pandering kind of. So I clicked on this annotation because I was just curious about what it said. Guided by the ghost of Lakia, my heavens. That's super. This is super interesting content. Annotation. The whole Sputnik. Lakia was a dog. Lakia was a dog from the Soviet government selected to occupy the Sputnik 2 spacecraft in 1958. She became the first animal to orbit the Earth and died when the cabin overheated on the 4th orbit. That's so. That's so niche. That's so. Such an interesting reference. It should go without saying, but he's using a lot of space vocabulary. Button pusher, button smasher, button masher. I'm guessing it's like he's trying to reference Gattaca, stuff like that, like space video games.
Who's there? Dog at the front door barking at the air. Wind all in the trees, then beat on leaves. Probably a cat. Might be a guy with an axe. Might be a trap. Hey, keep it moving. Gotta sound stupid. Good chance of not even talking to a human. Then again, it's probably a trap. Somebody had to set it. Depending on the type, maybe several. Several come together to make what would have taken one forever. I'm thinking it's a pretty damn sophisticated trap. Utilize it. I'll say that it's a lovely night regardless of the BS. It is. A perfect snow is for a trip.
Yo, this guy's fucking. He's straight ripping Homeboy's style, Homeboy Sandman. It's so dope because they're such close collaborators. So I don't really see a problem with that. It feels more like inspired, not ripping it off necessarily. But it's just such like he is really channeling Homeboy right here, and he's doing it in such good fucking. He's doing it with such good finesse. Like he is pulling this shit off.
Those of you who don't, ready for a big, big fucking surprise. And those of you who do can expect an infinitely more horrible time than they care to remember.
Peace. Yahweh forsaken a lead. Him lock in the pot every day. It'll be a lot. Reaching evenly odds. Revolving the mystery meat for the broth who's eating. Scream for his mom all evening. Moxie season the fog. Quietly hacking away at a hideous riff on the formula. What is the work of it? Isn't a ticket to slip in the vivid euphoria?
Raisin bread raised on wolf's milk and Eraserhead. That just shows you like that David Lynch. I think it's David Lynch that directs it. Like his references really show you why his work is really like kind of twisted, kind of esoteric as fuck. Like the people he's looking up to, they are that. They are the creators of that.
Doors. Like taste of paper and seek. East in the weeks, no sacred. Ain't no kayfabe. All true tales from the pay grade. Heavy on my lace in the way game. Tiptoe tailback. Trailer crater saying way too.
No kayfabe, all true tales from the pay grade. He not faking it, bro. This ain't no fucking foo shit. He knows from the gutter. He came up, you know? He knows because he had to work that shit. I love that.
Ghost. I'm sorry if you know me as both. I still flow hearts from the haystack. I get 3 hugs and a brain mask. I don't trust any of the Arabs and a peace suggestion. Not a real tip rare, but the beast broke off with silver hair. So maybe peace with a lot, but a lot of it's it. Still genuine drops on the bottom.
So that was really braggadocious. He's really flowing really fast compared to like his usual stuff. Something to do with like gauze, the name of the track. Even in that invocation of that word, it's not like he still subverts it. Like you expect it to be like, oh, I brought this for you, but it's more like, no, I brought this and I brought this and I brought this. We're gonna do some fucking bullshit. It's still like subverted, but within that, he's still braggadocious with his flow. This guy's dismissive as fuck. It's weird that he's sleeping on the floor. They're brother and sister, right? I don't know, it just doesn't seem that weird for like brother and sister at that age to be sleeping on the same bed. Like, what the fuck, dude? Woo. I like that line. I grew up writing riddles under a bridge in New York. Like he's a fucking troll or some shit. Like a real life troll. Oh shit. All this is like annotated. I don't. So he took ayahuasca. You shouldn't really lick the frog, bro. That's dangerous. I think that's poison. It's poisonous if you do that. To my knowledge, you gotta get the thing it secretes from like its glands, and then you gotta fucking smoke that shit. I wonder if Aesop did ayahuasca or DMT like during this. It's got a lot of shaman like psychedelic vibes, but you know, the psychedelicness comes with a lot of Aesop shit. I'm just wondering if he tried like specifically ayahuasca or DMT, just because like he did reference ayahuasca. This flow is very generic Aesop flow, but with the instrumental behind it, that's what really gives it the creepy vibe. I wish this album would have come out last month during October, just because it's got a creepiness to it. What do you say about frying a banana? What the fuck? Her dad's trying to contact her through the afterlife.
Fish and birds start dying off. Roses turn to salad.
Read a poem when I parry, apparently no sucker. Parrying is the art of defensively blocking an incoming attack. Okay. Read a poem when I parry, apparently no sucker. Oh, that's hard, bro. Damn. Straight over my head. Present tense and SOS and tidal wave. Final offer sold. I've been shaking off a death rattle. Little convoluted there, but it sounds so good the way when he's saying it on this beat. There's no misspeaking. You know, he's got this shit down. Cause this shit is like a tongue twister. Like just trying to read it. Like when he says it, it doesn't sound like it is. It just flows. It just rolls off his tongue. Burn sage in the alley with various Ghostbusters. I fucking love that shit. You know, trying to get rid of the spirits. You're burning some fucking sage. You're smoking some weed with them. You know, you could interpret it however you want. There's just like a lot of cool imagery that comes with that bar, especially with the theme of the album.
Problems to the final boss. You should have seen let me buy him like what's mine is yours. Broke him off a little weed, bit him well. Off to see a system in the smithereens. Sniffing out some liver, seeking lows in a broth. He's falling a priest. We've never seen a man so vehemently drawn to the beast. Devil strap on a welcome mat. The dinner jacket smell of hell and back. I'm working on my hell and forth. It's bound to be a bumpy ride. Deeper through the death and gore. Coming out the other side.
Inspire 1,000 our fathers. People start calling their priests. We've never seen a man so vehemently drawn to the beast. Oh my god. Devil's trap on the welcome mat. The dinner jacket smells of hell and back. This motherfucker right here, bro. This motherfucker right here is coming through. A track on the Impossible Kid, where he's talking about this guy like with this fucking tattoo like vibe. It's just like that fucking song. I forgot what it was. I think it's Defender or Water Tower. This is super abstract. The beat is not accessible at all, but to like an abstract rap audience, I think it's very appealing. To me, I'm digging it for what it's trying to do, and it's just trying to be like different, like out there, you know, but make sense, be cohesive, you know, like it's still got a bop to it, and he can still do something with it. It's not one of the best tracks on the project so far. He referenced Watusi. I didn't know what that was. You know, it's like a dance, a solo dance. Like what, bro? Who knows what the fuck that is? This guy's like an encyclopedia of knowledge.
I was kind of unimpressed with the AI. Get up there, crushed in a cane ass. Bring a steak knife, bring a trail guy, breaking out of that board, make the whole globe road to nowhere. Jokes on you, going nowhere. Still 5-0's oh there. Stony Maloney, drum the undo. What have you become? I cannot have been the only one. Thinking imagine splash with the hapless. Tagging the hack in the Badlands. Boom bag the master too trashy. The moth eggs, I'm warming the TV is on always.
So I like the switch up there. It kind of turned into just a like average Aesop Rock song. I feel like he kind of admitted like what the point of it. When he ended the second verse with like, oh, at least I'm not wearing a suit and tie, you know, I'm doing what I'm doing. He's trying new stuff. He's trying to innovate. And then he went on to like in the third verse, it's like, okay, this is what I do. And it just turned into like a generic thing. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna go back to it, but I understand like where it's coming from. So she caught it on camera? What the fuck? That's cool. She's gonna talk with her dad? Hey. Could give a fuck if there's mold on my daily bread. I'm a foe to the fainting goat. Bro, this guy is fucking snapping right now. Holy shit. What the fuck? Sir? We had a thought he was toast. That's when the elbow dropped from off of the ropes. Family approached him like he sat up in his coffin and spoke. We only talking awkward hellos after awkward hello. Most of my visitors request that I be tied in a chair. I wear the skin of my detractors, maybe try not to stare. That shit is fucking hilarious. This little girl's trying to talk to her dad. Ace just comes in with like, give a fuck in my, if there's mold in my bread. I love this fucking Pete Buttigieg character he's got. Like the rat running for fucking city council. What the fuck? A vote for me is a vote for them dead everywhere. You're upsetting the customers. You should see the other guy. Wait. Employees getting a talking to, but like, no, you should see what the fuck is actually going on. You know, like something happened to push this employee over the edge. Like, what the fuck? We're just gonna dismiss. What's he talking about? Only one will read the chapter after larva. It's a good one. What chapter is that? What the fuck? What book is he talking about? I'm getting a heavy, like, clippings inspiration from this album. I feel like Ace listened to There Existed an Addiction to Blood, and then he was like, oh, I kind of want to do something like that. You know, something kind of like horror genre type of rap. It's very conceptually there. I know he's always talking about death and stuff like that, but this is more like haunted death. Just kind of coming at me with a lot of like how he just ended it. The others are in there also. His company doesn't end well. There's just like very dark turns in all his little stories.
No solicitors, waves away as visitors from 10 minutes in front of the tainted energy signature. Still bullseye and wop rats from the scenic route. Sugar in his coffee like a seance in the TV room. The cheap swap came. Some try to combat any kind of high force trying to make contact. Nah, let it in, let it in. Let it in, let it in. Some try to stonewall any kind of woo-woo trying to make a phone call. Nah, let it in, let it in. Let it in, let it in. Revenant, let it in. Said he wasn't ready yet. He never left the edge of sketch. Stuck around. It doesn't matter how much furniture you stack at the door. Yeah. Some try to cover going. Sir, I think we got a signal. It's fuzzy, but they're playing one that wasn't from the hymnal. I'm a face and a sulfur. I'm the source of the ooze. I'm security tip of a glowing orb in the room.
So I really like the vibe of that track, but I think that like in that third verse, it kind of just like came down from that vibe and just became a generic Aesop song. But it's still a cool track. I like the vibe and shit like that. I really like that line. Hooded figure from the record doing alien shit. Aesop loves to like say that shit like, oh, he's an alien from outer space, stuff like that. He kind of is. He's fucking on some outer worldly shit. I know that there's a lot of critiques about the album about like, oh, the choruses are too clunky. I feel like it hasn't been that apparent to me until like this track. This track's really like, the chorus is very, doesn't flow really well. Like it doesn't roll off the tongue as some other ones. Pass through the prism, maintain position, knock over everything, walk away whistling. False name, I work at a fake business. They break till I break up into trained pigeons. Oh fuck. That's fucking dope. Like he disperses into fucking the crows and shit. I always thought they were crows, not pigeons, but you know, it's I get that he had a rhyme it. I love that little part though. Like he just comes through, poof, fucks everything up, and then boom, disappears. Like it's fucking dope. Yeah, overall, kind of like one of the weakest songs on the project, just because it was really long and really clunky, like I said. But yeah, still he's coming through with the bars like always. I like it when how he ends the chorus. I've been running ragged trying to shake an apparition off.
You should see the trash.
I feel like Ace has this fascination with insects. It's like a thing, or he loves talking about them, bringing them up. That was one of the best verses. Just like really quick, hard verse, 40 seconds too. Like he got in a fuckload, like a fuckload. He probably got in more words. I wouldn't be surprised if he got in more words than like something that new age rappers get in a whole song, like just in that one verse, and like in the 40 seconds compared to like 3 minute songs, shit like that, you know. If you discount all the repetition, like he definitely probably like doubled what comes out in the normal like 3 minute song, like in the new age era.
Severe cold, stare at the code. Keep a small circle like a deer in a scope. Let me clear my throat. Pocket full of rocket fuel of pyramid stones. And no casualty of otherness. What the fuck's another bridge? Fence as big as cattle set to Babylon convulsing. The whole
Kamazats, what the fuck is this, bro? What is this real Mayan bat god? Is this fucking shit for real right now? What the fuck is this shit, bro? Is this shit for real? Did the fucking Mayans have Batman?
The rats are back and built their own ship. They're backstroking faster than the old ship. A rat's a rat, it scatters. That's like its magic power. They're bowing out it when your house is being smashed to powder. Rule minds too quickly to name them. Okay, I'll name one. It's the rod of book the nonsense. A basic waving auto turn bravado into fondant. Solid from beyond the wild, the oscillating compass. Whether you connect the dots or not is truly not my problem. Familiar with the color of permanent cloud cover, though I've heard there might be empty dumpster fires multiplying numbers. I know that fear and submittive is in symmetry from civil war and swim ashore. Sob story same as yours, but a little more. I'm in a circle of salt.
Here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
Okay, so that's like a protection spell, right? Like putting salt around yourself. Like the whole rat thing. Ace loves bringing up kind of like vermin too, you know, insects, bugs, fucking lizards, shit like that. One of the best verses on the project as well. Just like that one verse that just happened, salt. He was really in his groove and in his element, really like what he was talking about and shit like that. He even taught me about fucking Mayan Batman. Heavy like Phantom of the Opera vibes.
Bamboo shoots, Buddhism remove shoes. Pugilism brewing up a who's too. Twisted block and fugitives from
Yo, this fucking beat came in hard as fuck.
boy nerds. Humans fear monkeys one. Humans fear the monkeys one. Get your mirror sunnies run. Later watch the million bats exploding out of mountain cave. Hearts on his pillow. Bars on the window. If I ever make it out, send me back in. Noodle soup and cruise around us Ronin. Trying to expedite a slow death. Playing chicken with a family of 5 on the same moped. Gotta radiate the truth, okay. My homie said I just got blessed by a monk. I said I got no frame of reference. God is dead where I'm from. That fell from the interstellar. Trying to blend in with the smell of pepper, sweat, and citronella. Ella, sword thumb and a hum of the helter skelter rebel.
Like this is a very interesting set of bars that he goes through right here. He's talking about Thailand, his journey through Thailand, I think. And like he's got blessed by a monk. He's talking with a nihilistic friend, and his friend's like, fuck that. You know, out of nowhere, like this scene pops up, and it's just like really interesting. He the way he depicts the situation, an outsider in a foreign land.
Sit too long and I can't stand up. Ribs out for a Sunday drive. A man is betrayed by his lumbar spine. Pull up to the spot like I'll meet you outside. I need like 5. A civil doc could tell you I feel like I lost a friend. I'm usually okay to simply shut up and cope, but these days more than ever my back is like nope.
So that's kind of sad. I wonder if he's talking about his homie that died earlier this year. It was like his artist friend. It sounded very nonchalantly, but like when you pay attention, it's like he's asking for help, kind of like, oh, you know, usually I can cope. It's really sad, like trying to catch these stuff. Insulator slicker dripping winter like it's Britney, bitch. What? I don't understand that fucking reference, man. Comrade Brittany, dope.
Enough to know there's no such thing as an extraction point. Attaboy, I'm a sucker for stolen bases, bathing in open ocean. Nowhere to be found at the trust fall. I'm saying fuck y'all, live and direct. I make a Judas shoot a flare up from the Isle of the Dead. I got a number, it's odd hours. I'm up with the spotted owls. Spot a coward in the commons, how we spot a common mouse.
Attaboy, I'm a sucker for stolen bases, bathing in open oceans and shaving in mobile stations. What the fuck? This guy is fucking, like, his depiction of himself is not just self-deprecating, but it's like to this extreme of, like, this guy is like a creature almost. Away from the hocus pocus, the nauseating social codes and motives, the homies demoted to interlopers. Look, I can help you tumble through the galaxy, somersaulting backwards into vacuous finality. So he's kind of like sick of social media. He wants to get away. You could see this like every time he drops an album, he kind of like goes on vacation and stuff, somewhere to a different land. He kind of does a walkabout. This guy's a fucking monk, straight up.
Karate class, I'm in pajama bottoms, listening to Shaka Khan, eating matcha paki, knocking posses out the polygon. I see proper hobnobbing with the lottie.
A lot of people, they can't do this, man. They can't do what Ace does. This whole fucking verse. It's a fucking tongue twister, man. And like, it's got a bunch of references and a bunch of like esoteric bars that people just can't write unless they know what the fuck they're talking about. So like, just the idea that it's just straight fucking one verse, the whole song. It's impressive, man. It's like a freestyle in a way. Of course, it's not freestyle, but like it has that appeal to it. Just like, oh, keep going, keep going. It reminds me a lot of that track that he dropped, Klutz, where it's just like the whole song, he's just fucking going, and every bar is like fucking golden. Kodokushi, translated to Lonely Death, Japanese.
I'm the wrong vibration, a sun in the earth. When the cups break, better make enough of the cure. I go proto-human, I'm so unruly. Architect of my Kodokushi on guard. I've been the box of chopped arms on the block. It's official, I ain't signed up for the mission alert. My call of duty, stay open to me.
It's official, I ain't signed up for the mission to LARP, to live action roleplay. Is that what he's referring to? Call of Duty, stay all consuming. Okay, so like he's it's a direct shot at like the military, you know, like I didn't sign up for that fucking stupid bullshit. I'm not playing Call of Duty.
Even though I know what's up, bad news from the black lung, used to flatline, mission is so last month, yo. I don't need money to burn, I need sunsets, purple and mother of pearl, come
on. Used to flatline. That shit so last month, yo. This shit is really fun, like, just reading the type of stuff that he's referencing and then finding out what he's referencing. 100 hands, 1 million eyes, 2 bleeding gums, I will survive. Here Aesop is referencing Hectotorneris? I don't know how you pronounce it. Or 100-handed ones, 3 giants who guarded the titans in the pit of Tartarus. Where's this guy? He's an encyclopedia of knowledge. It's fucking dope. It's kind of like learning about that fucking Mayan Batman shit. Sure, some of the stuff might be useless, but you know, no information is useless to me, honestly. At some point, someone can use it. It's just really cool. I bet like archaeologists should be very big fans of this guy. It's kind of like a puzzle that you're solving. Like, what's he referencing? What's he talking about? Stuff like that. Sometimes you catch it, sometimes you don't. And then when you don't, you can just like look it up and other people will tell you. You know, it's pretty cool. I think it's fun, kind of. Like that's one of the fun parts about being an Aesop fan.
It starts with a gambit from beyond and a mile-long list of people I plan to haunt. Hold up, all heresy headed for this embodiment is rendered by an excerpt from the Lesser Key of Solomon.
Fuck yeah, bro. You got a list of people you're gonna haunt? My shit's building up.
True abomination at the beckon of the nether. From the scales
state of grace radiating sacred geometry. That's cool as fuck. He keeps referencing rats, flying rats in a V over demon country. Is he like, and the whole like fucking rat running for city council of the undead. Like the undead is run by an army of rats too. He's commanding them. I'm not sure if this is like a reference to something or anything like that, but it's like a theme that I keep noticing. The rats were organizing to do something, you know. He don't need a chaperone to show him how to short straw. Like he knows how to do that shit. Short straw, what does he mean? Like getting bad luck? He doesn't need a chaperone to have bad luck. Or he doesn't need a chaperone to like make someone have bad luck. Kind of like fuck someone over. I do think it's too elusive, so if we can book a future visit, that'd be great.
Navigate a bit of fire and brim, never mind whatever transpire within. I'm out the other side of golden beam of lost sunlight. Thanks, bye. Black ops or flat spots, rat-a-tatting and forgotten backlots. Steady feel a pull a power slide around. Brake lights.
Just track about him skateboarding. I don't really see the importance of it, and in an album of like 21 tracks, it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say redundant, because I'm sure he feels like it's important, but to me, I just don't see the relevance to the project. He himself is admitting that this is kind of like this is kind of a tangent, but you know, just gonna go with the flow. I just wasn't fucking with the beat, so I just can't see like the need for it. Boring garbage day warden of the shawarma plate. Shawarma, I think it's like pastor, for Mexicans. I really fucking love that shit. That shit's good as fuck. You just see them being sold everywhere, like around Mexico in like street corners and shit. They just have like that big ass steak or whatever the fuck it is that they just like chop down. You know, it's cool. Because to me, it represents like the lower class in a way. And so like he is the warden of that, you know, the warden of that's feeding the working class, the proletariat kind of.
That's really cool. Your poodle made the paper. Let's keep it in shoes in an elevator. People you can find in movies found in eating rodents whole. I should hang a skull on.
Boom, here we go again, bro. One more time with the fucking rodents. Refers to snakes, as many snakes eat small rodents. Oh, okay. I'm way off on that one, but still.
1,000 lanterns drifting on a summer's wind. I'm only joking, y'all can feed me to the fucking pigs. Take advantage of his patron. As a patient, they are placed to be a phantom of. Nan under the bandages, examine till he vanishes. I don't feel a social pull to show the wolves where grandma lives. I find deliverance from evil, either in a sedentary coming from inside the house. I should nail boards to the back door. I should feed squirrels from my hand more. I want to meet the maker in a proper suit and shoes. I'm lying, let him find the body with the loot removed.
It's probably the one with the most popular sentiment. Class warfare type of shit. I also feel like it'd be super interesting to see him on a walkabout, you know, just being from another country and seeing like this man and he, because the way he describes himself, he's like very frugal. Like he's not trying to waste money. If he can just get by, he can get by. And he's just kind of like seeing the world right now, like this kind of like outsider, even from his country. So like it's just like super interesting to see that. People wonder like, oh, what is he doing? Where does he get his money from? He's just like writing all the time. He's like a professional fucking writer, you know. Choruses, like he changes it up every time. I'm only joking. You can feed me to the fucking pigs. He's like, he says that in the second chorus, and then at the end, like, oh, I should feed squirrels from my hand more. I want to meet the maker in a proper suit and shoes. I'm lying, let them find the body with the loot removed. Postmodern sentiment, just like, you know, I don't give a fuck first he's like, oh, I actually do want to meet the maker, you know, and that'd be super interesting and have a conversation. But then in the end, it's like, nah, I honestly don't give a fuck. And he describes his death, being robbed and death, you know, like he really doesn't care. When he's gone, he's gone.
No doors on the force field, radio ahead. I log any palpitation of the web. Hold on, Mr. Carnage. Every day I wake up in a different carcass. If I climb out quite, I'm making for tea. I see no need to initial the tree. I seem to have run out of skin on my teeth. I look like I feel like a fish in a beak. I look like a dick in my picture ID. But also the pick isn't me. Sideways rain the truth.
Whoa, I'm fucking totally lost right here. Like he lost his shoe, but then he shows up at his house with shoes. What happened there?
If you cultivate the grit that make a fold to face the brick that make a bolt escape the fist. Some days on the road to make you miss and make the whole of the road equate to piss. Pack clack, spitfires to kiss the pitch dark. He rolls the big board, spins the grim yarn. Sideways rain the true to zoo up. Okay, losing a shoe in the mud. Okay, losing a shoe in the mud.
He spins grim yarn. Let's go to annotation now. The reference to the Moria or the fates from Greek mythology, three sisters who determine the fate of every mortal. That's really fucking cool, man. He spins a grim yarn, like he spins his fate, dark. You know, he has control of his fate, and he still chooses the dark side. See, another one of like those things. It's like I'm learning with Aesop, and it's cool because this is like the spirit guide. I'm really like learning some shit. Okay, so that project, it was very cohesive, like conceptually. Like every track, it really connects with each other. If not through theme, then like through vibe, you know, like the beats he's choosing, it's really like clipping inspired to me. It just feels like that. Yeah, I forgot we could do this type of shit, and he just wanted to do his own version of it. Cause like the beats follow the theme, you know, and it's like a horror type of theme. I'm not sure if this is better than Impossible Kid, just because I hold Impossible Kid to a really high place in my fucking plate in my heart. It didn't have, to me, it didn't have a Get Out of the Car, and Get Out of the Car is one of my most favorite tracks of Aesop, and I don't think there was a track where it was like, oh, this shit's gonna fucking stab you in the heart and you're gonna feel my pain. You know, I feel like there was that 40-second track, but it wasn't too fleshed out. It wasn't aiming to be Get Out of the Car. It was aiming to be something else. And, you know, like, I just compare it because it kind of, like, embraces the same type of sentiments. I think in Get Out of the Car, he's talking about Idea that died. And in this one, he's talking about his other friend. That's how I saw it. Yeah, but I would give this shit still an 8.7. This is very dope to me. I think I forgot what I gave Malibu Chem, but it's like the same of that type of enjoyability to me. This one's a bit longer and it's kind of like draining in a sense. I would have preferred it, you know, 16, 18, but it's cool. I'm fucking with it. I don't think I would put it above the Impossible Kid just because it had that other element to it, like with Get Out of the Car, that I didn't really find in this. But I'm definitely gonna go back to a bunch of these tracks. Again, like with Aesop, it's more like you're trying to solve a puzzle, and the enjoyability comes from the references that he's making. Like, do you get what he's saying? Is it cool the way he said it? You know, it's not really something you bump at a party and shit like that. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought.